Hey guys, what's up? We are back in the shed today, or I guess the garage. See, I was in a shed for so long, I'm so used to saying shed. But we are in the garage, and today we're going to work on replacing the ball joints on the front end of this sled. So this one I already did. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I got this one out and replaced pretty easy. So I'm hoping the other side goes just as smooth. What was happening was I replaced my ski rubbers, as you guys saw in the last video, and when I was lifting up on it, this piece right here, the spindle, was shifting back and forth. The ball joint was wore out, and I got the old one right here. This is the old ball joint, so it doesn't look bad, and it doesn't actually feel like it's loose, but once you put pressure on it, then the shaft moves in and out on the actual joint. So good find. Stiffened up the front end on that right side a little bit better. But when I was trying to figure out the best method to go about doing this, I could not find anything on how to get the ball joint actually out, because you can't just use a normal ball joint press on it, because you don't have a lip right here to put your sleeve that normally pushes the ball joint through. So I did some digging in my own tools, and some friends loaned me some tools, things like that. I tried a couple things. I could not get anything that would just work around this ball joint to push it out. And I finally found something that I actually had that I didn't realize would work, because it's not the normal tool to use for that. But this is just a normal 3-jaw puller with an exception. It's got this triangle around it that you're able to adjust the puller to where the jaw actually stays closed on everything. So if anybody's ever used a 3-jaw puller, you guys know that the hardest part of using a puller is getting the jaws to stay locked onto whatever you're pulling against. So this, with this Posi-Lock body around it, is amazing. I actually found this at Napa. I bought it years and years ago thinking I would use it, and I never have up until this day. So this is the trick right here, and I'm going to show you guys how we use it on that ball joint down there to press it out. Now this is capable of up to 5 tons of pressure, so it's a pretty heavy duty puller, if my camera will focus here. Whoa, it is not wanting to focus. There we go. It is a pretty heavy duty puller, I'm not going to lie. I put quite a bit of pressure on it, but that ball joint actually came out a lot easier than I had expected it to come out. So I'm kind of excited to do this again. I like it when projects go as planned. So let's hop right in it. All right, first thing I'm gonna do, break my nut loose on the bottom of the spindle and the ball joint, and I'm gonna spin it nearly all the way off. It's important to get the nut all the way down. It's a nylock nut, so get it all the way down on the joint before you separate these two halves. The reason why I'm not going to use a MAP torch or a propane torch is because I don't want to damage the powder coating that's on the A-arm. So by using this kind of heat, I don't risk that at all. It'll still get really hot, but the flame doesn't actually scorch the powder coating. So this works just fine. Okay, I'm done heating it up. I'm going to give it a couple of good whacks. Maybe right here on the ball joint, down here on the nut just a little bit, and hopefully it separates. There we go. Wasn't too bad. A couple whacks on it. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the top spindle. Okay, I rotated the snap ring over. Now I'm just going to pop it off with some snap ring pliers. Try not to get hit in the eye. Okay, there we go. We will reuse the snap ring. Now, the other one come off so easy. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if I can just use the puller without heating it up and see if it'll push it through. I think it will, because I really didn't have to apply much pressure, but it's worth a try. If it doesn't work, then we'll put a little more heat to it and try it again. You need to make sure your pullers are not on the actual ball joint. You can see we have like literally a 1/16 of an inch to work with on there. So that's why this puller is so handy for this particular reason. I'm sure you could probably get away with a normal 3-jaw puller that doesn't have the pause lock feature on it, but man, I feel like it would just be a bear. So I've got it on there. I'm going to start twisting on it, give it a little pressure. If the joint doesn't start coming out, I'm going to heat this whole thing up, and that will assist me. But I think it'll come out. I think so. Alright, let's give her the berries and see what happens. Oh, there it went. It just popped. It's on its way out. Look at that thing going out. Man. By the way, when you're using one of these pullers, do not use an impact on them. It's not what they are meant for. Nice, smooth, easy pressure. There it is, like we meant to do it. How to get the new one in? That's the big question. Just like you do bearings in an engine, we're going to do the ball joint in the A-arm. So what I'm going to do is I've already got the other ball joint in the freezer. It's cold. It's ice cold. I'm going to heat this up to about 250, 300 degrees with the heat gun, which will only take a couple minutes. And I'm going to take that other ball joint out of the freezer, and I'm going to slip it right in from the bottom, and it will go in so smooth. No hang up, no nothing. That's that expansion contraction of the metal. So works amazing. Works amazing. I've actually never done that for ball joints, but this is the first time I tried it, and it worked out great. Okay, as you can see, that thing is ice cold. I didn't get it hot enough. I thought I got it hot enough. Crap, I knew that was going to happen. I was like, you know, I'll be alright. It's not a big deal. Guys, that was a major fail. It's so funny because I thought, you know what? 250 degrees ought to be hot enough. That should be fine. Not a big deal, right? It'll slip right in. I shoved that thing up. It went all the way in except for, I mean, like that much. Just barely. So, it's like my wife said, if you're going to do it on video, you should have made it even hotter. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But that's what happens when you try to take a shortcut. The other one slipped right in no problem, but just because I'm filming, that happened. So, pressed it out really easy. It came right out, no problem, because it was still, you know, it was still warm and everything like that. But gosh dang it, I'm telling you, it's like just because we're putting it on video, it doesn't want to come out, or it doesn't want to go in. So whatever. We'll try it again, but this time I'm gonna get the A-arm hot enough. Last time I got it hot enough because I was worried, but this time I was like, not a big deal, not a big deal. So kids, if it worked the first time, do it the same way you did it the last time. Don't take shortcuts. Learn from me, okay? It's all right. I guess I needed a little bit of a Pepsi break anyway. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. That's how it's supposed to go. Now I'm going to get some cold water and start putting it on there, and then keep from letting the ball joint heat up and possibly damage the inside. It shouldn't, but I'm going to do it anyway. And there we go. Alright, so to go back on with this, I'm going to bring my ski back over here. I'm going to start with the lower joint, and then I can bring the upper and lower it down in. Now what I found was easiest on the other side was to go ahead, put my bolt in, or my nut on my upper joint first, and that will kind of suspend the whole thing. And as it's suspended, you can actually tighten this down. The top one is a lot easier to tighten down up here than the bottom, and I've got a little tool for that makes it really easy. So what you can do is take a quick grip clamp, okay, put it right here and suck it down in, and that'll keep that taper inside the spindle, and then you can tighten up this this nut here. So worked pretty good last time. We'll see how it works this time. Yep, see that? So now I'm tight there. Okay, I'll go ahead and torque that. It's 35 foot-pounds. That was real easy, so I can pop this off now and work on my lower one down here. That's it. All right, not too shabby. And now we've got a nice solid joint right here. You notice when I lift up on this, there's no movement at all in that ball joint. And now I've got a little bit stiffer steering, which is always a plus. So yeah, now we are good. I'm really excited to see how this sled performs now. Now that I've got my new ski bumpers, or ski rubbers on there, new ball joints in the front. This one was totally trashed, so that one needed change. This one didn't have much play in it, just a little bit, but hey, do one, you do the other, you're good to go. One other thing I have on the way. I did order the Munster ski savers for this. So basically what it does is this little tab right here that keeps from diving into your ski is extended out over to this. So it makes the ski rubber last longer, makes the skis stiffer, and overall is a big fix for the SKIDOOs on the 3rd generation sleds. So pretty excited about it. Can't wait for it to get here. Yeah, I think I'm going riding this weekend. We'll have to see. Oh, I'm excited. Okay guys, that's all there is to it. Like I said, just because I was filming it, had to go and do that again. So this prolonged this job about another hour because I had to freeze my ball joint again and then reheat my A-arm. So it happens, crap happens. But I hope this helped, because I was really challenged on how to do this, but my little history of being a mechanic paid off this time. So this when I get this video up on YouTube, I think it's going to be one of the very few that are up there. I couldn't find any, so hopefully this helps somebody out, because I know a lot of guys out there have older sleds and are trying to fix them up, rebuild them, make them run right, and that could be a major issue. So give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.